Yeah,
Kelly,
thank you very much. Well, take a look. Happening right now, NASA's oldest and most traveled space shuttle Discovery is now flying over the Washington, D.C. area. We've really been watching this flight since 7 o'clock this morning. A flyover of the National Monument was included this morning. That was being planned. Of course, the shuttle being seen right now on the back of the modified Boeing 747 as it makes its way to Dulles International Airport in Virginia, where it will be on permanent display. And we talked about it. Left at 7 o'clock this morning from Kennedy Space Center. Let's take you back to that scene this morning when the shuttle and the airplane took off from Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, once again lifting off about 7 this morning. And it was a beautiful shot. It went over Cocoa Beach, Florida. It went over the Kennedy Space Center a few times and really spent time in that area for about 25 minutes, just a few miles away, as we said, along the beach here. You can see this is Cocoa Beach, Florida, there in the northeast side of the state of Florida. And this crowd up early to watch this historic moment to say goodbye to this shuttle, which is called Florida Home for nearly 3 decades. But once again, it took off from that area around getting closer to land here. This is Dulles. Thank you so much. This is Dulles Airport, as we mentioned, in Virginia. And I'm believing it's
landing gears down.
You see the landing gear down. I mean, they've been doing, some flybys, but yeah, it's official now. The shuttle is just about to be on the ground at Dulles Airport.
And we weren't quite sure how long it was going to stay in the air. It's been up in the air since 7 a.m. this morning and doing some circles around Florida and Cape Canaveral off the coast, and then circling around the National Monument in the D.C. area. Cool. So I guess it's got some, special privileges here from airspace, if you will. But yeah, so neat to see it, of course, riding on the back of this reconfigured jumbo jet. And it had to do that from time to time when it would land at Edwards Air Force Base if it couldn't land here in our state of Florida. So we've seen it hitch a ride before, but it's never fails or never ceases to amaze you when you look at it right there. But again, yeah, last and final mission here for Shuttle Discovery.
Yeah, and then it's off to the Smithsonian for everyone to view. And we were talking with our meteorologist Robert Van Winkle this morning, and he said you see all the dents and dings and the black marks on the side of Discovery. They're going to leave it that way. They're going to leave it exactly how it entered space and how it came out of outer space on its last mission. And
again, it's been soaring around the Washington Monument. It is the most traveled spaceship. Again, the world's most traveled spaceships, the most launches and missions for any shuttle. And again, it's going to be making its way to the Smithsonian, and it's going to be on display as early as Tuesday. They're going to get that ready to go. So we wanted to bring this to you live because we have those capabilities, and it's such a neat sight. And again, the end of an era, bittersweet farewell for Shuttle Discovery, but a nice, safe touchdown there. So hopefully a lot of people got to check it out.
Absolutely. It's just a short jet from, Cape Canaveral to Dulles, but they spent 4 hours in the air. So hopefully everyone around that area got to check it out. But Discovery safe on the ground there for its last and final mission. All right, let's threatening tens of millions of people.
Hurricane Sandy and its wrath has the East Coast on virtual shutdown. We begin our team coverage now at 11 with Renee Marsh, who is live in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Renee.
Well, here in coastal New Jersey.
Thank you so much for that report. Punishing waves and high winds wreaking havoc all across the East Coast, and it's only going to get worse for the tens of millions of people in its path. NBC's Danielle Lee joins us right now from the southernmost tip in New Jersey.
Good morning. Sandy is just getting started, and just take a look at the waves behind me.
Developments from this scary scene. Look at that. A Cape Coral family managed to escape that fire that tore through their home early this morning. Now, the family is crediting their dog with waking them up in time. Even more so, a police officer had to pull victims through the window, including an elderly woman. Now, NBC2's Clifton French is live from the home where all the drama unfolded. In Clifton, it's a tragedy, but you know I love a good dog story, and this is a good dog story.
This is, the whole family was able to get out of this home.
NBC2 following several breaking stories right now. First at 4. First, a clear sign for the United States government is preparing for the worst after weeks of threats from North Korea. Within just the last hour, we've learned the military is sending a land-based missile defense system in Guam in order to defend against possible North Korean missile launches. Federal government says the systems will be deploying within the coming weeks. Our newsroom right now working on gathering more information about this breaking story. You can count on us for updates throughout the newscast. Also breaking right now, an Amber Alert is issued for 2 children missing from the Tampa area. Cole and Chase Haken were last seen at their grandmother's house. The children may be with their parents. Joshua and Sharon Haken were told that they are considered armed and dangerous. They may be traveling in a 2006 GMC Sierra pickup truck with Florida tags. You're urged to call 911 if you've seen the children or the car.
The Collier County Sheriff's Office just told us they are searching for a man who they think shot a woman in East Naples today. Candido Martinez Jimenez is accused of shooting at his girlfriend 3 times. One of the bullets hit her shoulder. It happened near Radio Road and Marie Lane. Deputies say he took off in either a white Chevy pickup or a gray Chevy 4-door. If you have seen him, please call the Sheriff's Office.
Also breaking right now, a West Virginia County Sheriff was shot to death and a suspect is in custody. Mingo County Sheriff Eugene Crum died today. Shooting was within a block of the county courthouse. We are learning the suspect was shot and taken to the hospital. Still working.
Well, it is a story you will only see on NBC2.
A high-end Naples boutique ripped off in a major heist. You are looking at brand new exclusive surveillance video of the thief in action, swiping $100,000 in goods from the Heart and Soul boutique in Naples. NBC2's Rick Ritter is live breaking this story first at 4.
Lindsay, detectives tell me this is one of the more aggressive.
Breaking news right now at 4. Former FGCU men's basketball coach just spoke to the University of Southern California for the first time.
And I'm so proud of those players, and it was a most heartbreaking few minutes of my life when I told them I was coming to USC. But at the same time, this is still a dream. This is where I want to be. My first reaction was, look what we did for the school at Florida Gulf Coast University and the surrounding community of Southwest Florida, because that's what it's all about. When you're a head coach.
Enfield will make around $1.5 million a year at USC.
Live, the news you count on. NBC2. First at 4.
First at 4, Southwest Florida right now under the gun. A tornado watch is in effect for our entire viewing area.
You can see strong storms roaring across. First alert Doppler radar. Want to head right on over to meteorologist Robert Van Winkle tracking this system.
Okay, first thing to tell you is there are no warnings in effect right now. There was a brief tornado.
Some more breaking news at noon. President Barack Obama is breaking a campaign pledge by promising cuts to Social Security. Also, a brand new jobs report is out showing employers are not adding as many jobs as expected. NBC2's Clay Miller is live in the studio now to break the new details for us. Clay.
Hey, Nick, thank you. 2 major stories are developing at this hour that affects virtually the entire country, and especially right here in Southwest Florida. First up, the Labor Department just issued its March jobs report. As Nick said, U.S. employers added just 88,000 jobs in March. That is the fewest in 9 months, and a sharp retreat after a period of strong hiring. The Labor Department says the unemployment rate dipped to 7.6% from 7.7%. While that is the lowest in 4 years, the rate fell only because more people simply stopped looking for work. Economists originally thought we could see 200,000 jobs created this month, but the 88,000 is well short of that mark. The federal government plans to lay off 50,000 workers as well, but those are not yet happening. The real impact of Washington's big budget cuts may still be unknown.
While the hard number of layoffs right now related to the sequester is low, there are signs that the momentum is only going to build, particularly in defense-related industries.
Now, most furloughs and layoffs from those cuts don't even start till this month, so it could be May, even June, before we see the effect on unemployment. Now, getting back to that Social Security shocker just announced by the president, he claims he is proposing the cuts as an attempt to compromise with Republicans on his budget. President Obama will offer to Congress next Wednesday that would reduce the deficit by $1.8 trillion over 10 years. It includes a revised inflation adjustment called chained CPI that would curb cost of living increases in Social Security and other benefit problems. I'm live in the studio for NBC2. Clay Miller. Heather, let's go back to you.
All right, Clay, thank you. I want to take a look, too, now how investors are reacting to the news that Clay's talking about in that new jobs reports. The Dow is down 122 points currently at 14,483. We'll stay on top of these numbers for you.
NBC2 is tracking strong storms at 4, gusty winds and rain. See a lot of clouds there impacting southwest Florida. If you look live from our tower cam in Fort Myers.
And as you look live now at Doppler radar, ooh, that doesn't look good. Meteorologist Robert Van Winkle tracking the threat of tornadoes as southwest Florida remains under a tornado watch.
Caught on camera, a pregnant woman shocked by a taser by police officers not once but several times after calling police about a car crash. NBC2 brings you what police have to say about what happened.
Did this now former basketball coach go too far? These videos cost the head coach his job, but NBC2 investigates why it took months for him to be sidelined.
Well, want to make your weekend happy by ruining their weekend?
Oh.
This could be a good thing, how you can help take down some local suspects and bring in some cash.